Over 7 days, I embarked on a journey to see how far I could climb up the Valorant ranks if I dropped all the excuses and locked in. Plan was simple. We would do 30 minutes of training in the range and an additional 30 minutes of practice in either team deathmatch or free-for-all deathmatch. And then finally, to round it off, we would do 3 games of ranked Valorant. This training, along with no toxicity, pure focus, and a little bit of hope, I should be able to climb from my current rank of Plat 2 up the ranks, and I'm hoping I get to reach at least Diamond, which would be my all-time peak. Okay, listen, day 1 went bad, like really bad. And this is where I should provide some crucial information I left out. I'm washed, like really washed. I was Plat 2, but that's because I used to play a lot, but not anymore. So right off the bat, this put me at a disadvantage mentally as I'm going to be fighting above my weight class. And early on, I had to accept the simple fact that I was likely no longer a Plat level player and that I was probably more or less a gold player now. Besides the games, and especially that one, my training went really well. I felt super snappy and I had confidence going into my first game. And to be fair, I started off really good. And then I realized something. I forgot to turn off my non-copyright lo-fi music just in case I want to use the footage for clips or anything. But then it dawned on me. Was the non-copyright lo-fi music giving me a buff? Because as soon as I turned it off, I fell off hard. And we ended up finishing the game in one of the most frustrating ways possible. A freaking tie. Are you serious? With the whopping 1 RR we gained from the first game, I moved on to the second game of the day. And my god, was this game a forgettable one. I went 4-19. I genuinely can't explain what happened here. I never gave up mentally and I tried my best each round, but for whatever reason, it was like I was off sync and all my shots were missing by a millimeter and the opposing team was just hitting their shots. This game would be my ultimate reality check that would remind me that I am washed and I need to accept what would be an uphill battle to begin this challenge. With the second game done, I took a break as I was mentally done with Valorant and I would return to the game later that night off stream to play my third and final game of the day. Having one last chance at redemption that day, having just unlocked ISO, I wanted to give him a try, and overall the game went pretty mid for me as I received my second loss of the day and would finish day 1 going 0-2-1 with no wins. Going to day 2, I felt good because there was basically no way that it could go worse than day 1. And I was right, but instead of going bad, it went really mid. First, of course, I did my training, and with that, we were off to game 1, where I decided to fill as Sage. Now, this is risky as I'm a one-trick Reyna main, but I decided playing other characters would be the best for the team. I actually played solid going 19, 17, and 11, but unfortunately, we lost what was a close game 10-13. The next game, I decided I just wanted to try and frag out as I had a good game on Sage before, so now was the time to bring out my classic Reyna hard carry. I went 12-14 and 1, and we lost 3-13. Yeah, it's not going great. Entering the final game of the day, I decided to play Sova as I wanted to play a smaller role on the team and just focus on playing simple. And it worked. I went 18, 16, and 3, and we won the game 13-8. So overall, day 2 was better than day 1, but with 1 win, 2 losses, it's obviously not what we need if I'm going to rank up. Starting day 3, we of course did our training and then went to the games. Once again, I decided to fill and try to carry over what I did the day before by just playing my role well. I played Brim on Bind, which is a map I feel comfortable playing him on. And I just supported my team who were being really aggro as we were crushing the other team. It sucked not participating in the kills. At the end of the day, I just wanted to win, and we did that by a score of 13-2. And I finished with a really weird stat line of 6, 6, and 6. That can't be a good omen. So now that we finally have some momentum in a 2-game winning streak playing a support role, we continue on to the next game where I played Reyna. Bruh, I really am trying to find the logic I made in the decisions through this challenge. I think I was just really bored from the last game of sitting back and I just wanted to frag out. We lost 9-13 and I went 16, 17, and 4. For the final game of day 3, I once again played Reyna. I'm pretty sure I actually filled as Reyna, I think. Anyways, we finally had a really good game as we match MVP'd with 29 kills, 18 deaths, and 9 assists. And we won! Just kidding. We lost 10-13. Practice, play, lose, repeat. Wait, we won? We won all 3? Was this the turning point I thought? Finally, from here, we make the push to Diamond. It would only make sense we would struggle the first couple days, right? Surely things are going up from here. We played solid, not amazing, but solid. And as the day concluded, I would, for the first time, actually look forward to playing Valorant the next day. Okay, we get it. I do training every day and I stuck to it. Let's just talk about the games from now on. Day 5, I went into it so optimistic. And what did Riot do? Or should I say Valorant do? They pissed in my Cheerios. We went 0-3 in day 5 after winning 3 in a row. We lost 3 in a row. This must be some sick joke, I thought. Are we really going to make no progress in this challenge? Will all of this be just one big waste of time? Okay. I guess today technically was good since we did go 2-0, but come on, man. Look at those KD ratios. I played bad, plain and simple. I genuinely am just in disbelief as I seriously don't know what's wrong with me. Was I more washed than I thought? Not only was I now facing the possibility of not making progress, I now realized that I could possibly finish the series going backward. This tore me up inside. What would the message of the video even be? Practice doesn't always make perfect? We finally made it. The last day. At this point, I just wanted the challenge to be over with. And today came with a surprise. I actually had a squad to play with. 2 friends, a stack of 3. Will this be the boost I finally needed? Up to this point, it's just been solo queue madness. A complete casino and I was losing. But before we would test the power of friendship, I had one last solo queue game left and it was a long one. It would go into triple overtime and then one freaking puss would vote to draw and I got my second draw of the series. I was definitely not upset by this. I'm definitely not upset as I write this. Anyways, we went into game 2, now with our squad, and we played like a doo-doo. I don't even know, bro. 12, 16, 5. Let's just get the last game over with. I just want to end on a high note. But for the first time, I low-key shitposted as I played Cypher as someone who never plays Cypher. But I did fail, and I knew some trips on Breeze, so I thought, what the hell? I actually played pretty good and got a nice little clip that was almost an ace.
Nice. The hunt begins. Where is everyone hiding?
One enemy remaining.
Mine. No! But nevertheless, we lost the game. 7-13. And I went 18, 17, and 5. And so ended the challenge the way it pretty much went. AKA mid. I would finish the challenge with 7 wins, 12 losses, and 2 draws in 21 games, but across 7 days with 7 hours of training. For a net RR of, drumroll please, -32 RR. I genuinely didn't believe this was going to be the result. I thought maybe small progress forward, but to go back in RR, that leads me to the big question. While I'm truly shocked and disappointed by the results, I do have some ideas as to what happened. First off, I hate Valorant. I didn't really know where I'm supposed to just casually mention the fact that I hate the game and stop playing because for whatever reason, it just destroyed me mentally. And while I played these games, it did change a little bit and I did enjoy playing at times, but there was definitely times where I just wanted to quit and stop playing. Yeah, like that time. Nevertheless, I endured as I found the challenge interesting and overall, I enjoyed the experience. Secondly, my training methods sucked, I didn't train with the right intensity. I didn't give much detail about my training besides it being in the range and deathmatch, but let me quickly summarize what I did. First, I did 30 minutes of training in the range where I did various exercises I knew were good, / I made myself. Some included strafing left to right and shooting bots, close shots, far shots, peeking around walls, and the timed flicking challenge. I would use Vandal, Sheriff, and occasionally the Marshal. I didn't really have a method to how I did it or for how long I would do each exercise, but kind of just feel it out. Moving on to what I mean by I didn't train with the right intensity. Basically, in real life, it's better to train for a sport like how you would play the game. So you have to play hard. You see, when I trained, I turned on my lo-fi, non-copyrighted music, which I don't think is the problem, but I kind of just went into autopilot as I trained. I tried to stay focused and train with intensity, but I kept realizing that I was just resorting to going to autopilot. Actually, I blame that damn non-copyrighted lo-fi music playlist for being so good. Not only did I not bring the intensity while training, also I believe I could have brought it better in my games. While I focused and tried to win, I noticed that occasionally, especially when I didn't want to play anymore, I would drift into autopilot a bit, as this was a bad habit I believe I still have from when I used to play Valorant a lot. Lastly, I think the biggest underlying reason for why I didn't succeed in the challenge was that I simply didn't believe in myself. Valorant is just one of those games where I know other players play a lot more than me, and they are very good. I knew I was washed. I knew I didn't have the passion. I had never made it to Diamond before, and in the back of my head, I had that voice that told me I couldn't do it. If I could go back and tell myself who's just starting the challenge one thing, it would be just believe in yourself. Because if you can't believe in yourself, who will? If you don't trust the process, how can it work? This goes with pretty much anything in life too. So although the challenge didn't go how I wanted, I still want to leave this video with a positive message, and that is believe in yourself, because you never know what could happen. And if you're going to believe in yourself, go all out and give it every little bit of you that you have. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, as this tells me to do more of these challenges. And subscribe to see more challenges like this, and leave a comment telling me what challenges you want to see next. Also, if you enjoy my videos, consider checking me out live at twitch.tv/Rybisoft. Thanks.